So, I was scrolling and reading through Quora and I saw this question that I found very interesting, which is why is the Joker so insanely obsessed with Batman? And I've been thinking about, superhero characters in movies and comics and how people, um, a lot of people want to have like special powers and, be different and be seen as different. But I got thinking about Batman because he's one of the most interesting superheroes, in my opinion, along with some others like Wolverine's pretty cool and the Punisher. Um, Various, there are a lot of superheroes out there. But anyway, I thought this was interesting because I thought we would investigate some issues into the psychology here behind some of these characters, and maybe if you'd like to, comment below about this, and if there are other superheroes you'd like me to do some psychological investigations, some examination of, then that would be really good as well. So this guy Shunak Ghosh, he's the first comment. There are 10 answers here, and I'm going to read what they said and make my own comments. So Shunuk says, remember the scene from The Dark Knight where Joker burns a pile of cash with a wide grin on his face? That pretty much sums him up. He's not the kind of bad guy who runs behind money or fortune. The entire philosophy of the Joker can be congregated in a single statement. All it takes is one bad day to reduce the sanest man alive to lunacy. Having said that, the Joker is an embodiment of chaos. He's the entropy in the equilibrium. His ultimate goal is pretty simple. He just wants to prove his point, that necessary conditions can drive anyone to the point of desecrating their humanity and morals and becoming inferior. Batman plays the role of the jigsaw piece that simply doesn't want to fit. Joker's been successful in degrading the likes of Harvey Dent from a nobleman to a murderer. But Batman's the sole paradox in the eccentric fairy tale in Joker's mind. What's worse, the Joker realizes that Batman has seen that one bad day, that to some extent they're similar, they're two sides of the same coin, and it pains him, it drives him crazy that Batman just doesn't let go of his no-kill code. The Joker drives Batman to the point where any other human given the opportunity would go crazy and bash his skull, but the Dark Knight simply won't budge. Batman is the anomaly in the Joker's perfect world. The Joker's so insanely obsessed with him because he's the living proof that you can survive the one bad day. Yeah, really interesting examination there, and I can understand why that's got a lot of upvotes. Yeah, very, very interesting. Then there's another comment from Rakesh Ramesh. He says that the Joker, like many of the mentally unstable members of Batman's rogues gallery, has an obsession. Scarecrow's is fear, Riddler's is proving his intelligence, Two-Face's is 50-50 chance. However, the Joker's obsession isn't about being a clown. The reason the Joker's insane is because he's obsessed with being insane. The complete disregard for human life, trying to be fun and humorous in deadly serious situations, the strange appearance, the crazed laughter, all things would associate with insanity and with the Joker. This is why it's so difficult to pin down his motives. It's why his backstory changes on a whim. Why, to quote the DC Wiki, one day the Joker may be a harmless clown, on others he can become a crazed superkiller. It's because the Joker's insanity isn't rooted to some past event or simple desire, but he exists to the living embodiment of insanity and all the chaos that brings. The Joker's insane because he's insane because he's insane, and so on for infinity. Sure, there's the clown theme, but when your body takes a dip in chemicals and your body's changed to look like he does, you might as well run with it. Maybe there was a connection to comedy before the accident happened. His backstory changes so much we'll probably never get a definitive answer. However, the Joker's not satisfied with just being insane. The Joker's a self-obsessed egomaniac. if he's going to be insane, he's going to make himself the most insane person in existence. He's so insane, he makes other people go insane. When supervillains want to scare each other, they tell Joker stories. This explains his obsession with Batman. In the Joker's eyes, Batman's insane like him. He dresses up like a bat and fights crime in some messed up crusade of justice. While we know Batman's not the most mentally healthy person you could meet, I don't think we could call him insane. Yeah, I also agree. I don't think Batman's insane, the character. As this guy said, obsessive and driven maybe, but not insane. However, the Joker sees Batman as insane, and yet when Joker zigs, Batman zags. When Joker's loud, Batman's stealthy. Joker kills excessively and for fun, and Batman tries to never take a life. And Joker's colourful and Batman's dark. Joker's funny and Batman is stoic. And so Joker starts to obsess. If Batman's insane, why wouldn't he kill people like any other madman? If he's insane, why doesn't he enjoy it? If Batman's insane, why isn't he more like me? Maybe the reason why Joker can't break Batman is because Batman's already been broken. Perhaps he's so far gone into madness, he's come out the other side. Maybe the reason Joker can't make him sink to the Joker's level is because Batman's sunk far past him long ago. Maybe. Of course, this is unacceptable to the Joker. Batman he cannot be more insane than the Joker. Yet how many times has Batman stuck to his morals despite near impossible situations? How many times has he resisted Scarecrow's gas, which should drive you insane with fear? How many times has he refused to kill Joker after everything he's done? This is why Joker has to break Batman. He has to prove that he's the most insane. If Joker can break Batman, it proves that he truly is the most insane person who ever lived. That Batman's moral code, his refusal to kill, wasn't some ironclad obsession forged in the fires of madness, but was a flimsy link to sanity and morality that Joker could destroy. It's why Joker hates and loves Batman. Batman's his one great rival, arguably his soulmate, the one person whose insanity could possibly compare. Either Joker is the more insane, Batman will mentally break and finally kill him, or their contest will go on forever. In conclusion, the reason why the Joker is so insane is of sheer desire to be insane. Like Ouroboros, the snake biting its own tail, the Joker's mind is a circle of madness that's self-perpetuating and unstoppable. His only rival is Batman, who he must break in order to prove he's the one who's crazier. Yeah, interesting as well. And then Shivang says that there are two possible reasons for Joker's obsession with Batman. So there's the Joker origin from the Killing Joke, where it shows that Joker used to be a normal man. He'd just quit his factory job to be a stand-up comedian. However, he failed miserably at it, and it was at this point of time that he found he was going to be a dad, and his financial condition was really bad. So he teamed up with a couple of thieves to rob the same factory he used to work at. He was supposed to wear the outfit of the Red Hood, and this particular robbery was spoiled by Batman. And he ended up falling into this vat of chemicals, and that made him insane, and he ended up becoming Joker after that. He lost his wife, his unborn child, and his sanity, all because of Batman. And he's pretty logical to assume that he would have set out to destroy Batman. And Joker, yeah, I agree with this guy. He is an anarchist. And then he's basically trying to prove that there's no rules, that there are no rules, there's no morals, there are no codes, everyone's just a bad day away from insanity. If he has to do that, then he must break the epitome of a man that's Batman. He needs to show the world that even the mightiest of all men can forsake their own beliefs for some other reason, and to accomplish this, Yeah, Joker has been tormenting Batman throughout his life. And there's another possible explanation that uh, Joker, he sees others as weak-minded. They can't see through the obvious facade of insanity that Joker puts on as a show for the world, and Batman understands this show and sees right through it. He gets him, and he has the prerequisite skill to stop him. Only Batman's order can satisfy his talent of anarchy and chaos, so he plays the game over and over again. Not for the sake of the result, but for the heck of it. Maybe, yeah. I mean, these are all different perspectives, and I'm sure fans will have, you know, their own views. But Harish Kumar said that there are a few conversations between Batman and Joker from the movie The Dark Knight. Batman said, "You wanted me, here I am," and the Joker said, "I wanted to see what you'd do, and you didn't disappoint me. You didn't disappoint. You let 5 people die, and then you let Dent take your place. Even to a guy like me, that's cold." Batman says, "Where's Dent?" And the Joker replies, "These mob fools want you dead so they can get back to the way things were, but I know the truth. There's no going back. You've changed things forever." So Bat says, "Why do you want to kill me?" Joker says, "Kill you? I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? You go back to ripping off mob dealers. No, 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 no. You complete me. You complete me." So for Joker, Batman's the one and only opponent whom he can play with. Batman is the rule, and the other side, Joker, who wants to play to break the rule. And so, yeah, Joker needs someone worthy of his time, yeah, and he's just insanely obsessed with him. There's no getting over that. And James Ashwin says that the Joker finds Batman fascinating as hell. You can see it in the various adaptations of the mythos. He takes The Dark Knight as a popular example. The Joker might act insane and all, spouting lines about anarchy and chaos, but he wanted to prove a point to Batman. All it takes is one bad day to become evil. It's what made the Joker, at least according to his comic book origins. He succeeded when he turned Harvey Dent over to the dark side. He wanted Batman to break his rules, in most cases to kill him or someone else and come at him like a crazy man. So when he didn't, he was surprised at how this nut in a batsuit managed to stay sane. Something of a recurring theme in their relationship, and another famous example being the Killing Joke. One among the most controversial Batman stories to date, and widely considered to be the Joker's origin story, involves Barbara Gordon being shot by the Joker and Jim Gordon being tortured by her plight by the Joker. So he could prove to Batman that even a guy as infallible as Jim Gordon could go evil. And for the most part, the Joker wants to see this paragon of virtue brought down to a human level. At his most, he wants to see Batman kill, which he's never done. So, you know, until it happens, the Joker will always be obsessed with bats. Charlie mentions, yeah, like I've said, there's different interpretations. Charlie Hayward, he says that the Joker's completely obsessed with Batman because he reflects the exact opposite of himself. Batman's a symbolic representation of order, while Joker represents chaos. I do believe that the Joker represents chaos. And it's always been that way, even before the fateful trip into an acid bath. The transformation only made Joker's physical appearance reflect his absolutely chaotic mind. Yeah, and Batman has been able to operate in this sort of chaotic situation his entire life. He's been able to somehow thrive, and God knows how Batman does it, and he just keeps on going, and it just never really ends. Armand Dubé, the answer, because they're so inexplicably similar to each other, each a mirror image of the prior in every sense of the word, except that Batman still has a moral compass, objectively speaking, they're both insane. They're both consumed by individual traumas and neuroses to the point of crime. That because Batman obviously he's a vigilante and that's not lawful. They're both incomplete human beings emotionally. They're both members of incredibly dysfunctional family groupings. So yeah, I do have some experience with this myself. I'm not saying I'm Batman. I'm not Batman at all, but I come from quite a dysfunctional family, and I have had some friends from similarly dysfunctional family groupings. So you know, I can definitely see where this whole Joker Batman story sort of comes from. They both have completely and total control over their respective actions. They're both geniuses. They're both adept at violence, interrogation, planning, subterfuge, and hiding in plain sight. So, for all intents and purposes, they're the same, except for that one single aspect of the Batman that the Joker can't comprehend. Why, with all that raw power, determination, hatred, and insanity, would anyone want to fight for the side of the good? They are yin and yang, the east and west. You cannot have one without the other, and that's why the Joker's so obsessed. One could easily say that Batman is equally obsessed with Joker too. Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's people that they've been through so much, and it's one of these things. Um, they are both kind of they do have a lot of similarities in them. And then Thomas Seibel says that the Joker has become insane because all he met in the world was evil. He wants to prove that Batman turns evil too when he's pressured enough. Batman's the Joker's last hope to believe into the world and the good in people. And if the good exists, he could die peacefully, but also if only evil exists, he'd be confirmed right. It's his drive to prove either one of those. But if the good exists, he would know that he wasted his life. So that's his dilemma and tragedy. So yeah, there is. I do believe that the Joker is a tragic kind of character, and he can't redeem himself. He can't seem to understand how to proceed, and people are like that. They just persist and will not change. Whoever you are, Batman won't change either, obviously. So Anup Mukundan, he said that Batman's a symbol of hope, justice, and he wants order in Gotham. The Joker was created to be the opposite. He loves anarchy. Yep, like we said before, he's anarchic, and since he's conveniently insane, he can set any target for himself. So something like, oh, so Batman will not kill, then I want him to kill. And he goes to any length to accomplish that. And that's, yeah, again, everyone's agreeing that, you know, he is obsessed with the Dark Knight. Vasanth Minal, who's a fan of Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and the Joker. I'm not sure about this guy at the end because he says in one of the stories he read, he's the future Batman who ran back in time to confront him from becoming what he had become. But we never know who the Joker guy is, but he knows the secret identity of everyone. I believe Christopher Nolan may have said that he's a dog chasing cars. He might not know what to do when he catches them. But this, the last comment, he says that he believes he's a highly sane person than anybody in DCEU. Yes, not insane, sane. I'm not sure about that. I'm really not sure. He seems really like not with it. I don't know exactly what the Joker is. I think he is probably a sociopath. I think Batman is also probably a sociopath as well. So yeah, they do have that kind of thing in common. But I think the Joker is crazier than Batman. That's my opinion. And yeah, there's various rumors. Some people have said that maybe they're brothers. I'm personally don't see that. And then that's really it for that thread. I'll probably revisit this at some point, and please like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed this video and like the idea of having further psychological kind of analysis of superhero figures, opening up the debate about them, because it, you know, it reflects things about regular people as well. In as much as everyone wants to have special powers and be superheroes and everything else, at the end of the day, these are stories, and they're talking about, you know, human qualities. So yeah, hope you liked it, and please, I'd love to hear your comments. Let me know if you want to see some future analysis of another superhero. Okay, catch you in the next one. Ciao.